Hey, Jason here. Right now I'm going to show you how I cook my survival food using a rocket stove. Obviously, I have a ton of survival food. I have over a year's worth. I believe it's incredibly important. And you should also obviously have ways to cook it. And I have propane generators, also propane stoves. I have gasoline generators that can hook anything up. You know, I have solar generators. I have butane stoves. So I have many ways to cook them. One of those ways is, of course, the rocket stove here that you're looking at.
Please welcome back former CIA officer Jason Hanson.
Former CIA Jason Hanson.
This handsome fella is Jason Hanson.
This is Jason Hanson, former CIA guy.
Generators are great. Again, stoves are great, but you got to have the old-fashioned way just for a crisis situation. So this right here is one of the rocket stoves I own. It's made by a company called SilverFire, but there's 1,000,001 rocket stoves out there. So figure out what works for you, what you like best. And of course, the beauty of a rocket stove is when everything else fails, maybe your butane, propane, your generators, all that, you just go get some kindling, get some leaves, get some sticks, and you can still cook a meal. So what I've done here is I've got, this is just one of my mess kits. This is out of my survival kit, my bug out bag here. And I already put some water in it. And you should obviously have a mess kit. Of course, you can use pots and pans in your kitchen, but in your bug out bag, have some type of mess kit. Something very simple, same thing I used when I was in the Boy Scouts back in the day. And as far as the rocket stove, all you've got to do first is, I'm going to get some, and it's only 175 degrees out here today, so a great day for me to decide to do this video. But I've got some paper towels that I just pulled out of my bug out bag. I'll shove those in the bottom. Right here, this is a little tray just to shove wood in when you're shoving wood into your rocket stove. I'm going to take some of these sticks, some of these small kindling, and I'm just going to shove it in the top here. The beauty of a rocket stove is they're very efficient. You'll have your water boiling in less than 10 minutes. That way you can start cooking your survival food. And the survival food, I believe in the pouches. It's the easiest, simplest way to have a good meal. And I was talking to a woman last night who, she was asking about survival food and, you know, where to get this. And she said, you know, when I'm in some crisis situation, I'm going to be so stressed. I don't want to have to worry about cooking a meal on, 50 ingredients, which is exactly why you want to be able to have this, because obviously it's stress-free cooking, and you're going to have a million other things to do when stuff gets bad. So I'll show you how we're going to use this pouch here in a moment. Throw in some more kindling, some more twigs. Just throw them in the top here. And then to make it super easy, I don't want it to be sticking out, I've got the Survival Blaze fire rope, one of the things we use. You know, you can use whatever kind of fire starter you want. You certainly don't need this much of it. You could cut this in half, but I'm going to keep it super easy today. So I'm going to simply take my Bic lighter, which is in my survival kit, and you got to have multiple fire starters. You want to have lighters. You want to have Swedish fire still. You want to have wet tinder. You want to have, some dryer lint. You want to have all kinds of stuff. So there we go. That's getting and burning. So I'm going to put that. All right, I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to let it start burning, first I'm going to make sure it's getting things on fire and getting close enough to the twigs and all that. In the meantime, I'm going to add a few more leaves here to the top, just a few more things to make it burn easier. Now, once this gets going, as I mentioned, it's going to burn hot and it's going to burn fast. Right here, you can see this tray. I'm going to lay some wood on it. Here, I'll just tip it down so you can just see the tray I'm talking about. So right there, this tray here, you can put wood in there and you're going to shove it inside your rocket stove. And we're already starting, as you can see, to get a little fire. So I'm going to put this in here. Now, what you can do is, obviously, it's going to get going. You'll see the smoke. Everything will start catching on in a minute here. Two options. One is you take your pot of water, you put it right on there. Obviously, make sure it's going to sit flat, so move around any twigs if you need to. The beauty of the rocket stove is, this one at least, is it's got a big platform so I can put all kinds of pans on top. This is a smaller one because it came out of my bug out bag, but my wife's pans and everything in there I could throw on there too, which I would do in an emergency situation, but I'm not doing this for this demo video or she would kill me. And then you can wait for the water to boil and pour in your survival food, or you just pour it in now. A lot of times I just pour it in now. It doesn't really matter either way. So we'll get that in there. Make sure and take out the oxygen absorber. Can't even say that, oxygen absorber. And then all you gotta do is pour in the amount of food you need. That's plenty. I'm certainly not gonna eat all that. So I'm gonna save some of it. And then once it's in there, you just start letting it do its thing. You gotta pay attention here to the bottom. Keep feeding in fire as you need it. This will cook your meal you know, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. It's not going to take a ton of time, especially if you keep feeding it small kindling. And these actually work better with small kindling. So you don't want to put in some huge sticks or anything. These are meant to burn with small twigs that are about yay big. So it doesn't need anything. And then you'll have an easy meal. Thanks to the rocket stove, thanks to the survival food. Please remember here before I go that our sale on the survival food where you get the free knife, it ends Saturday night at midnight. Won't be extended, so definitely grab some. Also, grab a rocket stove if you can. That way, with your survival food, with your rocket stove and all that, you can cook a meal no matter what's going on in the world. And of course, we know with inflation and everything else, it's only gonna get worse. I'm Jason Hanson. I'm signing off right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on that ring notification bell. Click below if you want to get some survival food, the survival food I use and what I believe is the best on the planet. Have a wonderful rest of the day. God bless you. God bless your family.